Okay, so let's have a quick recap what we have discussed in the last session. The last session we have just discussed about an introduction about what is Azure, and we have cleared your doubts, whatever the doubts you have regarding your career and all those things we have discussed. In today's session, we are going to start with how we can create our Azure account. Then we'll discuss about where we can see marketplace, where we can see our subscription. And then we'll start with our first service where we are going to discuss about virtual machine. So this is what we want to discuss in today's session. But before starting off this topic, anyone have any question? You can please raise your hand. Any question anyone have, whatever we have discussed and now I want to ask any question. Yes, Girish.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Are you going to show how to create an Azure account?
This is what I'm telling na, Girish. I'm going to tell you how to create an Azure account. That's yes, but not
Okay.
practically. With some screenshots, I'm going to show.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone have any more questions? Okay. So we'll start with how we can create our Azure account. First of all, whenever we want to create our Azure account, we need to go to this particular link, the link which is mentioned in my PPT. If you when you go to this link, you have to click on Start Free. You have to click on Start. After click on Start Free, it start asking you some details. But before creation of Azure account, if you are using any Gmail or you are using Yahoo email, any other email which is not from Microsoft. So first, what you need to create Microsoft account. First step, what you guys need to do is you need to create Microsoft account if you are using Gmail, Yahoo, or any other email which is not from the Microsoft. If you are using any email which is from Microsoft, then it's not required to create Microsoft account before creation of your Azure account. Now I'm going to show not showing you the how to create Microsoft account. I'm just going to show you how to create the Azure account. So when you click on Start Free, here you have an option of create one. Click on create one. It is asking for your email ID, whatever the email you want to use. You have to enter your email ID and then click on next. After click on next, you need to enter your password. Whatever the password you want to enter, you can enter here. There are some no rules we have given from Azure for the password. So you can use one character, long ones, small letters, and alphanumeric values also you can use. After entering your password, you need to click on next. When you click on next, you will get one OTP on your emails. On that email, whatever the OTP you have received, the code, you have to enter that particular code. After entering of your code, click on next. After click on next, it is asking for your details. First name, middle name, last name, email ID by default, they are picking from there. Whichever we have entered earlier, it is going to pick from. And then you need to enter your mobile number. You need to enter your mobile number. And here we need to verify our mobile number. We can verify our mobile number by using text message, or we can verify by using our call me. So they'll call you, and in that call, they'll give one OTP. That particular OTP you need to enter. Or by using SMS, you will receive that OTP. After entering of your OTP, you need to enter your address details. This is important. Address you need to enter exact same which is mentioned in your bank account. Let's take example. Normally, whenever we are writing, let's say example, we are writing flat number 4 and then comma. Like this, we are entering it. But in your bank account, it is mentioned as flat 4. No comma is there. Just they have written flat 4. Which one is correct? This one is correct. Why this one is correct? Because this thing is mentioned in your bank account. So whatever is mentioned in your bank account, the same address you need to enter here. If you are giving any incorrect details, they will not verify your card details. You're not able to verify your card details. So make sure you are entering the correct details. Best practice it. Check the bank website, exact copy and paste from there. The address, whatever we have given. So might be they are using 2 or 3 lines. So you can also use 2 or 3 lines here for their address. If they are putting every address in a single line, just use line 1. Then you can enter city, your state, your postal code, whatever the postal code you have, you need to enter. And then you need to accept the terms and condition. If you want to read those terms and condition, you can read that also. After accept of our terms and condition, you need to click on next. After click on next, here you need to enter your card details. You need to enter your card details. You can enter debit card or you can enter your credit card. In India, it is not supporting every bank account debit card. It is supporting only very few bank accounts debit card. It is accepting it. SBI, ICICI, these two it is accepting it. I'm not sure about other one because we don't have any confirmation from Azure team right now. Credit card, it is accepting for all bank accounts. But it in India, few people has RuPay card also. It is not supporting RuPay. It is only supporting Visa and MasterCard. It's only supporting Visa and MasterCard. So make sure if you are having any RuPay card, will not accept. So debit card and credit card. But if you want to use debit card and credit card, that also needs to enable with international transactions. In India, by default, your bank account, your card is disabled with international transactions. By default, it is disabled. So you have to enable it from your mobile banking website, from their app. You have to do it. That's your responsibility to do that. Then you can create your app. Card name, number, expire date, CVV, you have to. And then they are going to deduct 2 rupees from your account. That is also going you to refund after 3 to 4 working days. You will get that. So they will deduct only 2 rupees from your account. And after that, this is how your account looks. And it is going to be, this is how your account will be. Click on, then you can click on subscription, and there you will see a subscription called free trial. So when you create an account, you will see this free trial subscription. This is how we are creating our Azure. Any question anyone have regarding this, you can please raise your hand. Any question anyone have? Okay, yes, so you can unmute.
Yes, sir. I wanted to just ask regarding the card. If you don't have a card, can you use another person's card to create your account? I wanted to just ask.
If it's agree, your friend or family member is agree, you can use their card also. It depend on him,
Okay.
he's agree or not.
All right.
Okay. If you don't have
Thank
a
you.
card, definitely you need to enter some card.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, Shekha, you can unmute.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I have a problem with the Azure payment. I have already paid for the class, the $72, and also the DevOps. But I always have a problem with the Zoom link. I don't know. They keep on telling me I need to.
Are you in the WhatsApp group of Azure Batch 107?
Yes, sir.
We have already shared the Zoom registration link there for Batch 107. Okay. And right now the link is same for demo session. The link is same. There is no change in the link. Okay. So whenever we are going to change the link, we will inform you how to check the link. There is an option called announcement in our website. You can check with the help of your link. Whenever we are going to change the link, we'll inform in our WhatsApp group also. And now coming to DevOps part, I'm not the person who is the correct person for the DevOps part. You can drop an email to support team. They will check and they'll reply. Or we have an option called announcement. You can check announcement. You will get that link for the DevOps.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Then I'm concerned about this. My computer, I don't know, because my hand keep on rising. It's not me that doing that. I don't try to fix it, but I don't even know.
What was your issue?
You keep on asking me why I raise up my hand, but no, unfortunately, I'm not the one that raised my hand.
So you have raised your hand, so you'll get a chance to speak. Whenever you're raising your hand, you'll get a chance to speak. You don't need to worry about those things. Okay, don't worry. Whenever you're raising your hand, you will get a chance to speak. Any more questions you have regarding whatever we have done right now?
I just joined the class.
Sorry?
So I will follow. I just joined the session.
You can follow it. If you have any question, you can raise your hand or you can email me after the session also.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Ashraf.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Ashraf?
Thank you, sir. Sir, you remember me? I'm from the Azure 102 class.
Yes, I remember. I remember your voice.
Thank you, sir. So actually, what happened is, for some reason, I cannot able to continue 104. I missed so many, classes over there. So can I join here?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, don't worry. If any of my student which is paid, they can join within 1 year any of the upcoming batch also. So
Okay.
Ashra, what you can do is not right now.
Okay.
After whenever we are going to announce in the batch, when we are going to change, we are going to change the link after the 9th of December. So you can do one thing on 9th of December after the session, drop an email to our support team.
Okay.
Drop an email to our support team with your payment screenshot that you want to change your batch from 102 to 107.
Okay. All right.
Drop an email. So they'll, whatever the details they require, they'll share with you. Okay. You can provide all the details to them. Then
okay.
They will share the link whenever I'm going to change them.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Don't worry about that. But yes, you will not get the recordings of this current batch.
I understand, sir. I understand. I know that.
Recordings
I know that,
you have the one for the same batch which you have paid.
Yes.
But yes, you can
understand.
attend any batch within 1 week.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Shikha, you can unmute. Shikha, you have raised your hand.
Yeah, this is the problem I'm trying to say. My hand is always raised up constantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Abhishek.
Hi.
Hi, Abhishek.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, like I just had a one query. Like, is it like Azure is going to complete for like going to take how much days like to complete the entire
35
course?
days.
Okay, and is there any planning to start the Azure DevOps?
Yes, from 27th of December, we are starting Azure DevOps batch.
Okay, okay. So, any other faculties involved, or you are going to
I'm the
join?
one.
Okay, and one more thing, like if we open AWS free tier account, right? So
AWS or
likewise,
Azure?
sorry, Azure,
Hmm.
and for aid like 1 year free will be there, right? So is there
This
any
is
kind of same thing for Azure?
this is what we have discussed in yesterday's session also, that you're getting some credit of 14,500 rupees for first 30 days. And even after that, if you are using it, few services are coming for 12 months free. We have already discussed the same thing yesterday also, Abhishek.
Yeah,
Okay, if you have
like
missed that
I
session,
have joined this session.
if
Yeah.
you missed the yesterday session, we have already uploaded the recording in our YouTube channel, and we have already shared the yesterday recording in our WhatsApp group also. You can please check.
So, and one more thing, like if you miss the session today, like if after enrolling the course, if I
Hmm.
by chance if I miss the today's session and if I want to
Hmm.
rewatch the video, so is there any
Yes, you
kind
will
of
get it. You will get the recordings also.
okay
You will get
on
the
the
recordings in our website. We
okay
have done
okay
just one session. The for the yesterday's recording is already uploaded in our website. See here, introduction. And we have used one PPT. That PPT is already uploaded. So I have total 87 PPTs. After every session, we are going to upload our
So this course is like Azure Administration Associate or Azure Services like kind of thing.
Azure Admin.
Okay.
Azure Admin course.
So will it be aligned with the Azure DevOps, or we need to say like
Azure
learn
DevOps is
something different?
separate code.
No, no, like is it prerequisite for Azure DevOps, right?
Yes, definitely. Yes, as per the Azure, it is prerequisite.
Okay, so like you're going to cover some kind of services in this particular course.
Yes, Azure Admin Services, which is written. This is Azure Admin course. After that,
Okay,
we have two steps. One is DevOps, one is Architect Expert level. So which we are going to start, this we are going to start.
okay, Ankit.
Okay.
That's where my all doubts. Thanks for the clarification.
Okay. So next, what we are going to do is we'll discuss about marketplace. First of all, let me log into my Azure account. So look like they have some issue going. I'm able to log into my Azure. In Azure, we have one option called Marketplace. It's actually an online store where we can see our all services, whichever is given by the Azure to us. Even we can see that also. Or whatever is third-party companies is providing any services which have done collaboration with Azure, even we can see that also. Where we can see in Marketplace. So search Marketplace. Here I'm getting the complete services, whichever is providing by the Azure to us, or whatever is they have done by using the collaboration with some other company. On the left side, we have an option of categories. We have an option of categories. So category wise also we can see here it is for migration, it's for containers, for identity, DevOps, storage, networking, compute. So whatever the services which we have by the Azure or by some other company, we can see regarding the compute services which we are getting. If you want to see more, you can click on see more also. Here we are. Or the other option is directly whatever you want to use, you can directly search here also. Let's say I want to work on virtual machine service. So I can just search VM. Regarding the VM, whatever we have, services or in marketplace, we can see all things here under our search option also. Here we have virtual machine. The first service which we want to learn in our Azure. So we'll learn in the today's session also. Next thing we have it is called subscription. We have multiple types of subscription also we are getting it, but whenever you are going to create your Microsoft account, what we are getting it? Let me show you that first. These three we are getting. You are getting it free trial subscription. You are getting it free trial subscription. We have one more subscription that is called as pay as you go. Other one is called as support subscription, which is only for organizations. Organizations are paying extra to Microsoft team so they can get some support from their side. This is only a subscription for organization. We can't take this type of organization. Sorry, the subscription. And where we can see our subscription, here I have an option under navigate. We have an option of subscription. I am at what subscription right now? I am at pay as you go subscription. My free trial subscription is already over. Here is it. And this is the name of my subscription I have. The name can be any name. We can give any name to our subscription. You want to change any name, we can do that also. See here, offer, pay as you go. So I'm under a pay as you go service. Under pay as you go subscription. But for first 30 days, you will find your free trial subscription. And what is its status? Now, one thing here, one important thing. Let's take example, 30 days is over. Does they will convert automatically to you pay as you go? No. They will not automatically convert your Azure account from free trial to pay as you go subscription. They will not do that automatically. You have to done it manually. You have to done it manually. You have to upgrade your subscription manually from free trial to pay as you go. Till that time you are not doing any confirmation to them, they are not going to do. So this is what we have, our subscriptions which we are getting. Now coming to our important, we want to discuss that is called as tenant. You have to see this diagram, and this diagram which we are going to discuss in our upcoming session. Whenever we are going to create our Azure account, what is the first thing we are getting it is tenant. Tenant is also called as primary domain. And where we can see this tenant? Under a service called Azure Active Directory. Here it will show that. Taking some time. Here is it. Primary domain. Here. This is my tenant. Right now, the tenant which I'm using it, which is by default given by the Azure team. We can create our own tenant also. as per our requirement. In which cases we'll require, we'll learn that in upcoming session. We are not going to discuss those points right now. So first of all, whenever we are going to create our Azure account, they are assigning one tenant. Tenant is actually help us to create our more users. Then where we'll see this tenant under our Azure Active Directory. So it is coming under Azure Active Directory. Under our Azure Active Directory, what we are getting it? We are getting it subscription. Can one account have multiple subscription? Yes, one account can have multiple subscription also. So what we are getting it under our Azure Active Directory, we are getting it subscription. Under our subscription, what we are going to create? We are going to create resource group. We are going to create resource group. Under our resource group, we are going to create our resources. Virtual machine, virtual network, databases. What all are these? These all are called as resources. What is virtual network? What is virtual machine? What is database? Whatever we will discuss it when we start learning about those particular service also. I know that you don't know what is resource group also now or right now. But yes, this process we are going to follow in our upcoming session. Even in today's session, this process we are going to follow right now. Till here, from subscription to resource group to our resource. We are going to follow these steps. Above steps from subscription will follow in our upcoming session when we are learning about Azure Active Directory. So this is a process. Actually, we have it in our system. Based on that, we are able to create our resource. So first of all, our Azure Active Directory service is coming, then subscription, after that our resource group, and after that we are getting our resources. Whatever the resources we are going to create in this training, we can see all resources. Azure tenant is our Azure account. It is related to my Azure account, whatever the tenant we have it. It is actually representing my Azure account. The tenant, whatever we have it, it is going to represent our Azure. So how to create these tenants, how to create these complete steps, you will understand slowly in our upcoming session when we are going to learn about these particular services. When we learn about Azure Active Directory. Without resource group, it is impossible to create our resources. Resource group is like a container to us. It's like a folder to us. Under this folder, we are going to create our resources. Now I'm going to start our first service that is called as virtual machine. And while learning this virtual machine service also, we have to create a resource group. Without resource group, it is impossible to create any resources in Azure platform. But before starting, any question anyone have, you can please raise your hand. Yes, Ashraf.
Yes, sir. Sir, I used to have account with Azure a long time ago. They gave me about 30 days or 2 months free, something like that.
Today's credit you are getting of $200.
Yes. No,
You are
it's
from
expired.
Canada. You are
Yes.
from Canada, so you are getting $200.
Yes, sir. So now it's expired. And can I create another account with the same email or different email?
No. If you want another account, you need all things to be different. You can't use even same mobile number. You can't use same account, bank account, because if you're using the same one, they'll rectify it and they will suspend your new account.
So I have to use everything different then.
Yes, or you can use the same account also. You can upgrade a subscription because under that also you have some free services.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Sagar.
Yeah, so Ankit, just to know actually means while changing the subscription like from free tier to the pay as you go, we have to do the manual steps kind of, right?
Correct.
So is there any set of process to be followed at the Azure portal that we have to go for that? Like
No, you just need to go to subscription. You right now, I'm not able to see those options here because my subscription is already upgraded.
already okay.
So
Okay.
you will see here right now, cancel subscription. You will see that upgrade subscription. You will get an option.
Okay.
So you can just click on that, click on next. It will get upgrade automatically. You don't need to even pay a single for upgradation.
Okay. But in case if you have to uh, back to the free tier, so that is not being
Not
able to do so,
possible.
right?
Not possible
Not
because for
possible.
first 30
With
days
the
they are
same.
giving you the free things. You can't again back to the free tier. It's not possible.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, MD Shadab, you can unmute. Yes, Shadab, you can unmute yourself. You have raised your hand. Okay. Look like you don't have any question. Yes, Matthew.
Hello, Akit. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Matthew?
Oh, great. I'm trying to open an account with Microsoft Azure, but I'm having difficulty to proceed to the next page. Where I am now, I'm trying to enter my details, but it didn't allow me to click next. I don't know why it's like that.
Where at what place? While entering the address, or with what place you are not getting the
Yeah,
option to
I'm
click on
entering
next?
my profile, trying to put my name, my country, location, email address that I've just
So you are
created
giving
with
some
them.
incorrect details to them, or might be you are not giving the correct pin, that one, your code details, everything, whichever you are providing to them.
No.
That's why.
Everything about me is correct. My name, just my name and my.
Okay, you can do one thing, Matthew.
Yeah.
Please take a screenshot and drop me an email. Do you have my email ID?
Yeah, I have that.
Okay, I'll share my email ID again with you. You can drop me an email. I'll check your
But
screenshot and I'll
you also
reply
need
you.
to. Do I need to register as business, education, or partner?
So the email ID I shared within the chat box.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Ankit
Yeah.
Nerula @logicalabstract.com.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I have that. I have
Use
that.
this
Thank
one.
you. All right. Thank you.
If anyone have any question, you can raise your hand, or after the session, if you have any question, you can drop me an email also, guys. Okay. So we are going to start with our first service where we are going to discuss about virtual machine. Now, what is virtual machine? It's like a computer to us. Like I have a computer right now in my system. I have a laptop or I have some separate computer. Definitely to create that computer, what I have done, I have invest some money. Let's take example. I need some servers. For those servers also, I need to invest some money. But to create servers in Azure account, do I need to invest some money? Only 2 rupees. And even the 2 rupees also we are getting in refund after 3 to 5 days. We are getting that refund also. So are we investing anything? 0 rupees. To create our servers in cloud platform. But earlier, if I talk about before cloud, if we want to create any servers, we have to invest huge amount of money by purchasing RAM, CPU, hard disk, racks, all those things we have to purchase. And we have to be very careful for electricity also, that we need 24/7 electricity. We need high speed internet. Everything we have to take care of all those things. But here we don't need to worry about those things because all those things are going to take care by the Azure. So here we can create our any type of server, whatever the type of server we want to create in Azure platform, we can create that by using Azure infrastructure. And how we can create the servers? By using virtual machine. We can create a computer virtually in Azure infrastructure. We can create that. It's like a computer to us, which we can create in Azure platforms. And what type of operating system it is supporting it in Azure? Here are the list of servers which Azure is providing us to create our servers. It's supporting this 5 to 6 type of operating system. Now, first of all, what we need to go? We need to go to Azure account. We have already logged into our Azure account. Now click on virtual machine. We can create our Windows machine also, even we can create our Linux machine also. So first I'm going to show you for Windows machine how I'm going to create a Windows server in Azure platform. So go to virtual machine, click on create Azure virtual machine. Now when I click on create, by default they have taken my subscription. By default they have taken my subscription, Azure underscore subscription. They have taken my subscription here. If I have multiple subscription, then I can select my subscription also. Now, what is the first thing we need to select after that? Resource group. Now, coming to what is resource group. Resource group is like a container that holds related resources for an Azure solution. So what we can do is under our resource group, we can maintain our all sources. It's like a folder, like a container to me. Under that, I can create my resources, whatever the resources I want to create, I can create there. So there is one place where all our resources we can see is resource group. Under that, we can see our all resources. But there are some points we have to remember, and it can be our interview questions also. Resources can only exist in our resource group. Because I've already told you, in our resources, whatever the resources we want to create, it can be virtual machine, database, virtual network, or other type of resources also we have. It always maintaining under our resource group. After creation of resource group, we can't change its name. So make sure whenever the name we are giving it, while creating it, we are giving the current name. A group can have resources of many different types. We can create very different type of resources in our resource group. Like we can create virtual machine, we can create database, we can create virtual network, we can create app services. So different types of services we can maintain in our resource group. Group can have resources from many different regions also. This can be your interview question, this point. What is this point? Let's take example, resource group, whatever the resource group I have created in Central India region. This is in Central India region. But the virtual machine which I have created in East US region. I have created in East US region. Is it possible? Can we maintain? Yes, it is possible. Yes, it is possible. We can go for it. This can be an interview question also. And even I'm going to ask the same question in the upcoming sessions. In between of the sessions, I'm going to ask. It's a very basic and very common interview question. Now, here we have resource group. Click on create new. When I click on create new, here we can give the name of our resource. But in which particular region this resource group is going to be created? The region, whatever we have selected here, as per my system, it is going with UK West. So whatever the region I am selecting here, my resource group is this particular region. Can I create a resource group extra also, but not in my resource group, sorry, not in my virtual machine? Yes, I can do that. So come to your home screen. Here you will see resource group I am getting here. Here also I'm getting, here also I'm getting. Here I can see all resource group, whichever we have. So I can directly create a resource group also. Click on create. Subscription they have selected, give the name. Let's say I am giving the name as group-107. Region, I'm selecting it, Central India. Review plus create. And now click on. My resource group is ready, group-107. This is my subscription, and this is my location of my resource group. My resource group is. After creation of my resource group, I'm going to go with virtual machine. So go to virtual machine, create a virtual machine. Now you can see here what region we have selected by default, UK West. Can I select resource group from here now? Yes, I can select. Now, when I select resource group, see the region will automatically going to be changed. Which region I'm getting here? Central India. How I'm getting this region? Because it is picking the same region as per my resource group also. But can I change to any other region? Yes, I can change that also. It is possible. So machine is going to be created in that particular region, the region which I have mentioned here, but it's not a good practice. So I'm just going with Central India. Where is Central India? US, Australia, South, North, Sweden, Central, West Europe. Here is it, Central India. Now, give the name of my virtual machine. What is the name of my virtual machine? VM-10. Right now, you will find lot of options. Don't worry, we are not going to discuss about lot of options here. We'll only discuss about those options which are mandatory. And wherever you find the star, only those options are mandatory. Other than that, also you will find lot of options. We are not going to discuss in the today's session. In upcoming session, we are slowly discuss about some more things which we have in our Azure. So we have selected our region also. We have given the name of our virtual machine. Scroll down. Now we need to select image here. Image means operating system. Which operating system I need to use to create this particular virtual machine, to create this particular server. And which one we are using? We are using a Windows server. So I'm going to select Windows operating system. In Azure, it is called as image. In normal language, we are calling it operating system. So you have to remember these terminologies, because from our tomorrow session, I'm not going to use a word called operating system. And wherever I'm using a word called image, it means operating system. You want to see all images, click on see all images. See, when I click on see all images, where I coming? I'm coming a place called marketplace, which we have discussed. So here I'm able to see all images. Whatever I want to select, I can select as per my requirement, or I can click on next also. Or here also we have some few which are very commonly used. They have given to us, or whatever the recently used, that also I am able to see. And which one I'm going to use? Windows Server 2019 data center. Right now in the market, we'll start getting 2022 also. If you want to use this one, you can use that also. But right now, 2022 is not much stable. So we're still ignoring 2022 also. That's why I'm selecting 2019 data set. Scroll down. Now, to create any computer, to create any server, we need what things? We need CPU, we need RAM, we need hard disk, we need operating system. Operating system we have already selected, which one we require, Windows 2019. But now what I require, I need CPU, I need RAM, I need hard disk also. I need CPU, RAM, or hard disk. Now my requirement is I just need only one CPU and 1 GB of RAM. I require it. Here are the sizes which we have to select. Click on all sizes. Here I'm given DS1 underscore V2, DS2 underscore V3, DS2 AS underscore V4, B2S, B1S, B2MS. Whatever as per our client requirement, we have to select the size of our system. And here I'm getting it CPU and this much of RAM I am getting. What is my requirement? 1 CPU, 1 GB of RAM. So as per my requirement, which size I need to select? B1S size. In this one, I am getting 1 CPU and 1 GB of RAM. If you want more, we can select more also. I can select 4 CPU, 14 GB of RAM also I can select. So whatever the sizes they are giving it, based on their sizes or client requirement, we can select those sizes also. But why I'm selecting B1S? There's a reason behind. Let me tell you the reason also. In yesterday's session, we have discussed about this trial subscription and where we have seen free tier details also. Scroll down. Here we have seen all services which are free. Again, scroll down here. We are creating virtual machine windows. In this, they are giving 750 hours free. And what is the type? B1S. They're giving me type as B1S. B1S type is coming under free quota. Coming under free quota. So that is why I'm selecting B1S here while creating my. Because B1S is coming under free quota. Operating systems all are free. There is no charges if you use Windows, if you are using Ubuntu, there is no charges especially for that one. The charges are going to define based on the size part. So you can select any operating system, whichever you want to select. They are going to calculate your bill based on the size which you are selecting. Even it is showing me it will charge me 799 rupees 41 paisa per month. But yeah, if I'm under free quota, I will not get any bill for it. So we have given it CPU and RAM also. This is also done. Hard disk is still pending it. We'll just scroll down. Now here we need to give our username and password. By using which username and password I can log into my account. Let's take example. I am giving username as Azure user. This is my username. And here I need to give the password. I'm not going to show the password. But yes, the password, whatever we are giving here, the password needs to have 12 to 123 characters long, one lowercase, one uppercase, one number, and one special character needs to be. Out of these four things, three things we have to follow. We have to follow these things while giving the password for our. Here I have given the rules for. So let me give the password here. Done. Now we have given the password also. Next thing is to connect to our Windows machine. If you, after creation of our machine, definitely we need to connect to our machine also, or just we need to create. We need to connect to our machine also. And to connect to our machine, it is mandatory to enable RDP port number. It is mandatory to enable a port number RDP. Anyone knows what is the port number for RDP? You can drop in the chat box if anyone knows. Please drop me in the chat box, guys. Chat box is enabled for all. I'm repeating my question. The question is, what is the port number for RDP? Okay. The correct answer is RDP port number 3389. This is the correct 3389 port number. And you can see here, Azure is so smart. By default, they have enabled the port number and they have mentioned the port number 3389. They have. They have already enabled that port number. In our upcoming session, we are discussing more about port numbers also. Which port number we have to enable where? We'll discuss that also. By default, they have enabled a port number RD. Do I need to enable any other port numbers? No, I don't require, right? Whenever I require, that time we'll do that. So just review our first page. Because this is the basic details we have entered. We have some more details also. Group, we have selected resource group. We have given the name of our virtual machine. We have given the region also here. We have select our image as operating system. We have select the size, CPU and RAM. We have given the username and password. And then we have enabled our port number RDP. Now I'm going to click on next. Disk. Disk means I need to give the hard disk details. I need to give hard disk. So they are automatically giving the OS disk. They're automatically selecting our OS disk. And by default, whenever we are creating a Windows machine, they are giving us 127 GB to us. By default, for Windows machine, we are getting it 127 GB. We are getting. If you want more, we can get that also. How we'll get that more? We'll discuss in our upcoming session when we'll discuss about topic called data disk. That time we'll discuss. So by default, we are getting is 127 GB hard disk for our Windows. Now, we have lot of tabs here: networking, management, monitor, advanced tags. We are not going to discuss about these more tabs in our today's session. So what I'm going to do is I'm directly going to click on Review Plus. We have clicked on next, next, next. We have jumped to review plus create also. It is reviewing our details. So whatever the details we have given, it is correct. Here I am getting as validation passed. Here I am getting as validation passed. If you get error, you need to go to that particular tab and clear this validation. And now I'm going to click on create. So we have created our machine. Just creating of machine is our work is completed. After creation of machine, we need to connect to our machine also. But yes, creation will take some time. So it is deployment is in process. So we have to wait. So anyone have any question, you can please raise your hand. Till the time it is taking some time. Yes, Girish.
Sir, you have selected the storage, right?
I'm not selecting any storage. By default, it is giving me the storage. I'm right now using the default details.
Okay, like sorry, not the storage, the CPU and the this thing,
CPU and
right?
RAM, yes, we have selected.
Yeah, we need to search in the document, then we have to select for the free tier, right?
No, you can select B1S. From the list which you are getting it, select the B1S type.
Okay, like there are some more types, right? So what if I select
Those
the
are
other one?
chargeable. You'll
Okay.
get a bill for that.
So in this course, probably we need to search in the document and then we have to proceed, right?
Correct. You have to select the free tier details. The link, that is why in our first PPT, I have given one link, Girish, where you can check the free tier details also.
Okay, and one more thing, you have given the username and the password, right? So
correct.
Should that match with the account created username and the password, or you have given the new one?
No, I have given my own. It can be any username and password I can give.
Okay.
Okay, it can be any username or password.
Okay.
Okay, the username and password which I have given right now, with the help of this one, I am going to log into my virtual machine.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, our virtual machine is ready. Those have raised their hand, guys. Just wait, I'll come to you. So my virtual machine is ready. I'm going to click on go to resource. Now, to connect to our machine, what we need something. We need the IP address of our machine. Which IP address? Public IP address. Here I'm getting the public. We are getting two types of IP addresses when we are creating a machine. One is public, other is private. Public is used whenever we want to connect that machine publicly. That time public IP is getting used. Private IP is getting used whenever we want to connect from one machine to another machine. That time private IP is getting used. In our upcoming session, we'll use private IP also in some cases. So I'm going to note down the public IP. Now, to connect to our Windows machine, we need one tool. And what is the tool name? Remote desktop connection. In your Windows machine, it's by default. If you're using Mac or if you're using Linux machine, it will not there. You have to download that in your machine. So here is my remote desktop we have open. Enter the public IP. So here the public IP which I have noted down it. I'm entering here. Click on show options. Enter your username. The username which I have given it. Click on connect. Click on connect. Enter your password. The password what we have given it. Yes. We are able to connect to our We'll see the details. Windows machine takes some time to get load, so we have to wait here. Still taking more time. Okay, till the time it is taking some time, let me show you some more things. So here is our machine which we have created. Now, go to disk. On the left side, we have a disk option. How much GB we are getting here? 127 GB we are getting. By default, whenever we are creating a Windows machine, they are providing us 127. How much size we have given it? Here we have size. Size means CPU and RAM. Here I'm giving the size. If you want to change the size, we can do that also. If you want to increase your CPU, RAM in future, we can do that. So how to do it, we'll learn all those things we learn in our upcoming session. Don't worry, these are automatically things are going to open. You don't need to worry about it. Let me go to this PC. This PC. Here I'm getting C. 126 GB it is showing here. With 126 GB, I'm getting one more temporary storage also, which is 4 GB. What is this temporary storage? Let's open it. There is a notepad file by default, they are giving it. In that one, it is clearly mentioned, don't store any data in this particular disk. So how we are getting this particular 4 GB hard disk? We attach this one? No, we are not attaching this 4 GB hard disk. By default, Azure is giving us this 4 GB hard disk based on the size which we have selected. Based on the size, B1S size I have selected, based on this size, I am getting the 4 GB size. They are giving us some temporary storage based on our size which we are selecting. Let's say if I'm selecting this particular size, so how much temporary storage they are giving me? 16 GB. 16 GB they are. So these are the temporary storage which is created by the Azure team. Those we are getting. So that is why we are able to see here 4 GB. So this is what we have all about our Windows machine creation. Now, after creation of machine, do I require this machine anymore? No, I don't need this machine anymore. So why should I keep this machine? So what we can do is we can delete this machine after our practice. So select that particular machine, and here we have an option of delete. We can delete that machine. But in Azure, when we are creating our virtual machine, there are some other things the system is automatically going to create. Even I don't need those much things also. What thing system is going to be create? Where we can see go to resource group. I have a group, the group which I have created, group -107. It is showing me how many resources I have. 6 resources. Virtual network, virtual machine, public IP, NSG, disk. I'm getting these things. Did I create all those things? No. So we are getting public IP, we are getting NSG, network interface, all these things, system is creating it by default. I don't need all those 6 things after my practice. So what we'll do here, we can completely delete all those things one by one. You can delete all those things one by one, or Other thing what you can do is you can directly delete this resource group. Here we have a delete resource. In this one, you need to enter your resource group name and click on delete. If you delete your resource group, under a resource group, whatever the resources you have, all will delete in one. But yes, it will take some time to get. So this is one option we can do that. But I'm not doing right now. Let's have quick questions. In the end of the session, I'm going to. Yes, Matthew.
Thank you again. Two quick questions, please.
Yes, yes.
When we're trying to connect to your system, to your window machine, you use a password and a username.
Correct.
What are the one that you input when you're trying to create the machine?
Yes, I have entered the same username and password while creating the machine. I have given it. I have given it by username as your user. The password which I have given it, I have entered the same username and password which I have given while creating the machine.
Okay, that's the one you now use when you were trying to connect to it, right?
Correct.
Okay, but now the difference that I notice here is that with AWS you have to download your password, right?
PEM file.
Yes, PEM file.
And with the help of in Azure, we have some little different for virtual machine. For Windows virtual machine, we have different.
Okay.
But for Linux, we have same things, few same things. So we'll discuss that regarding Linux in tomorrow's session, Matthew. So you will, which you are comparing it in that one option also we have, but for Linux, we have that option. In Windows, we don't have that option.
All right, thank you. Then the second question is that when I was trying to create my, I got a point when I was trying to do the review. It was telling me that I have subscription credit apply, which is like some cents in terms of dollar, $0.014 dollar per hour. What does that mean?
So you're saying that you're getting.
Yeah,
it's free trial now. No, okay. If it's a free trial, what happens is whenever it after creation of your everything, you will get one notification that this much of credit is pending. In the top, you'll get a notification whenever you're doing something in Azure account. Okay.
But I didn't see that in yours. I didn't notice
because
that.
Maya is not a free account.
Oh, okay.
I'm not in a free trial. I'm already expired. My free trial is already expired. I'm in a pay as you go service right now.
All right. Okay.
So you guys are getting that pop-up message every time you will get.
Okay. All right. So when it says in 1 hour, does that mean if I stayed for 1 hour with my creation of my machine for 1 hour, it's going to charge me that amount? So is that the meaning?
They're whatever you are using it, they'll deduct that amount from that particular credit. You don't need to pay anything from your pocket.
Oh, okay.
It is going to deduct for first 30 days. Everything is free under your $200 credit.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Yes, Ashraf, you can unmute.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to connect your virtual machine that you just created, but it's not giving me the access. It says site cannot be reached.
Are you using a personal laptop or official laptop?
A personal laptop.
You can connect to that machine also, but you need a username and password. You have username, but you don't have a password.
No, but I mean the site is not popping up anything.
So you have to go with remote desktop and enter the IP address.
Oh,
then it will ask for username and password. You don't have that username. You have username, but you don't have a password. So definitely you can't connect to this particular machine.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, try it. Yes, Hari, you can unmute.
Hi, Ankit. Ankit, we created one user, right? For example, Azure user here. So is that the user having the admin privilege? Is the admin user?
The one which I created, this one?
Yes, Azure user.
Yes, correct. It is having all privileges.
this naming convention will be our dependent, right? We can do anything. We can create anything,
We
irrespective
can
of
give
like.
we can give it, but yes, you can't use some usernames. Azure has restricted some usernames, like if I talk about admin, super user, root, this type of keywords they have restricted. So we can't, there's a complete list given by the Azure. Even I have that, I'll share in upcoming sessions with you. They have restricted some usernames also. So we can't use those usernames. Okay, because those are very common username like admin, root, super user. These are very common usernames. So they have restricted. So no one can use those usernames.
So in AWS we have EC2 user, right? That's not like that. We have a standard name convention here, EC2 user.
We can
It
give
will
our
be
own,
different.
whatever you want to give it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Prashant.
Hi Ankit, good evening. My
evening.
question is, if we have keep the any files, any data in the temporary disks, so it will be deleted, right?
No, it will not delete it, but it's not secure way. It can be deleted anytime by might be Azure. Azure will delete that files. Okay, so that is why they have given, especially they have put a notepad file into that, so don't store any data into that. The reason why they are giving it, because in our machines some caches and all those things are generating by the system, temporary files. So where actually they are going to store, they are going to store in that 4 GB which we are getting it, Prashant.
Okay.
Okay, so they are not using our actual storage which we have on 27 GB. They are not going to store that.
Okay, I got it.
So they will not use our storage. That's why they are providing additional storage to us.
Okay, and in a free trial for the first month, if we have select another disk, like we select BS1, right? Now, so we select the another way, another disk. So we will need to pay for that.
No, you don't need to pay. No, you don't need to pay for your first 30 days. If you can select anything, you are under a free quota.
Okay, anything.
But yes,
anything,
make
right?
sure anything you can select, but make sure you are using under your that credit, whatever you are having. If you exceed your credit, then you'll get a bill for.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yes,
Thanks,
Shekhar, you can unmute. Yes, Ravi, you can unmute. Ravi Shankar, you can unmute yourself. Ravi Shankar, you have already unmuted yourself. Yes, Jason, you can unmute. Yes, Sheikh, you have already unmuted yourself. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm able to hear you.
Okay, so so my question is like, whenever we create a virtual machine, it will create two IPs, right? One is private and public.
Correct.
So do we need to be under VPN when we are connecting private IP, like private?
When we are going with VPN, then only private IPs will work. Our public IPs will not work at that time.
Okay. So for that, but machine need to be hosted in Azure. This thing, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
anyone have any more questions? Yes, Sagar.
Yeah, Ankit. So just to know, like when you are creating the VMware machine in the Azure account, so does it there is some kind of a set of or a state in which that VMware machine is going to reboot or start in the sense like AWS?
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
Like AWS, there are two states being passed out, right? To
now,
when
first of all, I tell you all to all of you guys, those know already AWS, please don't try to compare AWS and Azure. If you try to compare, definitely get confused, because yes, cloud is both are cloud platform, but they have different things also as per their own requirement.
Okay.
And the thing which you're asking, we don't have that type of thing which you're asking. Status check you are asking, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have any status check in Azure.
Okay, okay. So once you have created, so it will getting within 1 or 2 minutes directly that VM machine being created
Yes,
without.
correct.
Okay, okay, okay,
Okay.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to delete my resource group, and under my resource group, whatever the resources we have, system is going to delete all our resources. So copy the name, click on delete resource group, enter the name, and then click on. Till the time it is not going to be deleted, don't close your browser. If I close my browser, it is not going to be deleted by the system. So you have to wait here. And there is one more resource group, which by default system is going to be created, that is called as network watcher RG. What is this resource group? This will discuss it when we'll discuss about a network watcher service. At that time, we'll discuss it. Whenever we are going to create virtual machine, by default, they'll create this resource. Yes, Venkata.
Yeah, Ankit. Good evening.
Good evening.
My question is in on-prem, actually, after creation of the virtual machine, we can join into domain, right? But
Okay.
in Azure, I think with that subscription itself, virtual machine is going to be in
We don't
domain.
need to do anything, Venkata. This is cloud. That is
Okay.
on-prem. In on-premise, we have to do everything. We have to manage all those things.
Okay.
But here we don't need to do
So,
much things.
okay, okay, yeah.
Okay,
I
that
got
is
it.
why every
And
client
also,
is using it, moving to cloud platforms. So because of this one, they'll
okay.
save a lot of money.
Yeah,
Okay.
got it, Ankit. And another question is,
Hmm.
even for the public, if you user want to create a static IP for the mission, so do we
By
need to
default,
change on the
whatever the virtual machines we are creating it, always they are getting the static IP in Azure.
okay.
In Azure, whatever the public IP we are getting it, we are getting the static IP. So we don't need to do anything. Okay. I tell you one thing, guys.
Yeah.
In IP addresses, we have two types of IP addresses. One is called dynamic, other one is called static. Dynamic means if I reboot this machine, public IP is automatically going to be changed. But if we have static IP, even if you reboot our machine, the IP address is not going to be changed for my machine. So whatever the IP address we are getting for our machines in Azure is static IP. You reboot your machine n number of times, your IP address will not get changed.
And another question, Ankit. So in Azure, there is no concept of dynamic IP.
We have, if you want, we can select that also. But by default, they are giving static IPs.
Okay, by default, it is static. Okay.
Okay, by default, if you want, you can give dynamic IP also. But yes, that you have to do it manually.
Okay. For the resource groups, network adapter and regions, those and also we can select manually, right?
No, for creation of resource group, we need to only select region. No other thing we have to select. And subscription.
Even LAN also, it will be default, right? With that resource group.
It became based on our virtual machine which we have selected. The virtual network system is generating here.
Okay.
Okay.
No, why?
Regarding
Because
all those things, we'll discuss it in our upcoming session practically, which you are asking.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Because at that time, if you see here, the system is creating virtual network also. But right now, we are not discuss about virtual network. In upcoming session, we'll discuss about virtual network also.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so with this, I'm ending this session. In tomorrow's session also, we are going to continue for the same service virtual machine. And there we are going to discuss about Linux virtual machine. In the tomorrow's session, we are going to create Linux virtual machine. But still, anyone have any question, you can please raise your hand or we can end our session. Yes, Hari.
What will be the last date of payment?
Friday.
Okay. Thank you.
Because after Friday, we are going to change the law.
Awesome. Okay.
Yes, Sagar.
Yeah. So Ankit.
Yes, Sagar. Sagar, I'm not able to hear you. Sagar, are you there?
Like how we account. That's
Sorry,
what
Sagar,
we
you're, I'm not able to hear you. Look like some issue from your side. Can you please repeat your question again?
first 15 how to create the Azure account.
Your voice is cracking a lot, Sagar.
Hello.
Yes, Sagar.
Does it? Yeah, actually, I skip first 15 minutes at most for creation of the Azure account. So, should we get any kind of a step-up process?
You'll get the today's session recording. We are going to upload in our YouTube channel. From there, you can see.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much for today's session. See you tomorrow.